Okay, I have to say, every once in a while I get to do an interview on something I'm really interested in. As you probably know if you've watched me, I'm a big chess buff. I'm what they call a patzer. That means I'm not very good, but I love playing chess. And what I really love is meeting people who are really, really good, like Timur Gareyev. He is a grandmaster of chess. Timur, great. Welcome to the new Screensavers.
Yeah, thank you, Leo.
But you also like to play a special kind of chess, blindfold.
Yes. Yes, this is the passion I've discovered several years ago.
And not just one game at a time, many games at a time.
Yeah. I started off playing chess when I was 7 years old. My grandfather taught me how to play.
You grew up in Uzbekistan. Chess is huge in all of the former Soviet Union, right?
It's a common pastime activity in Uzbekistan. Back in my home country, we actually drank a lot of your tea just now. But people sit down and drink tea, and then it's like chai khana, kind of like in lotus position, and then they'll have a wooden chessboard like this, and you know, just slowly play through the game, kind of like a siesta tradition. And instead of it, you just kind of zone out playing chess.
So for years, of course, the Soviet Union dominated chess, and still produces some of the best chess players in the world. In fact, many of our best players in the United States are Russian grandmasters. Have you relocated to the U.S.? Are you a U.S. resident now?
Well, nowadays I travel.
Citizen of the world.
Citizen of the world, yeah. I don't have a permanent place that I stay. Last place I lived was Las Vegas. I lived there for about a year.
You play poker?
Play poker quite a bit. I used to have a lot more passion for it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, it's just a little bit slow for me. You know?
Chess, there's no game slower than chess. Actually, there is. It's called Go, and I've been watching. Have you been watching this Go championship between the computer AlphaGo?
I've heard a lot of people brought it up. It sounds fascinating.
So, tomorrow you're doing what they call a blindfold simul, an exhibition of simultaneous games. How many games are you going to play?
So I'm going to face 35 boards. So 35, actually might be a few more, because some of the players are going to team up to face me. So I'll play 35 opponents blindfolded simultaneously.
So you keep 35 games in your head the whole time?
Yes. To clarify, the idea is that you say, I'm going to announce my move, and my opponents will announce their move back. So we actually say the move.
They'll have a set, but you're going to be wearing a blindfold.
Yeah, keeping the blindfold
So you'll say
on,
E4, and I'll say E5, and then you'll continue to move every time you come to the board.
Yeah.
And you don't say, oh, where's your king? You know the position when you get to the board.
Yes. Yes.
Now, we have joining us a neurologist, a neuroscientist from UCLA and the Rissman Memory Lab, Dr. Jesse Rissman. Dr. Rissman, welcome, first of all, to the new Screensavers. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah.
You've studied Timur. Are you using functional MRIs to watch him play?
So we were very excited to have the opportunity to work with someone with this remarkable ability that he has. And it really is astonishing, if you think about it, how he can keep so many boards, 35 or more, active in memory and shift between them without experiencing interference and getting confused about which piece positions were present in each game configuration. So during our first opportunity to work with him in the lab, we gave him a battery of cognitive tasks, different tests of memory and attention and spatial processing. And then we also had the chance to put him in an MRI scanner and look at his brain anatomy and brain function. So we did a series of scans, and we're still just beginning to analyze the data to see if we can find some exceptional characteristics of his brain that might underlie this ability that he has, that very few people that I've ever interacted with or know people, in fact, can do what he does. So it's really a challenge to see if we can understand it better, but we were excited to have the opportunity to search through his brain data and find neural correlates of this ability.
You don't feel like a freak, Timur, when they do this, like a freak of nature?
Well, they say if you want any kind of abnormal results, you got to have abnormal behaviors to go with it.
Yeah, but I don't think this is abnormal. This is remarkable. We here in San Francisco, of course, celebrate our own international master, George Koltanowski. For years had the record, blindfold record, but I think it's Miguel Najdorf, the famous grandmaster, who holds the world record. How many games is that?
What's pretty fascinating, actually, the story behind it is it's 45 games that Miguel Najdorf played in, I believe, either Sao Paulo or either in Argentina
He
or
can't
Brazil.
remember, ladies and gentlemen. He can't remember.
He played two, which were very high in number.
Yeah.
So
Did he? How does he? I mean, do you win most of these games?
he did accomplish more than 80% of the wins.
Are
Just
you? You're not playing
pure wins.
You're not playing
Okay.
other grandmasters. You're playing expert players. What level of players do you typically?
But on average, I'll probably face a chess player of about 1,500 strength, which
okay, that's average
indicates,
club player kind of.
Yeah, that's a chess player. You imagine, like, if you go consistent about chess, you could probably
Yeah,
reach that level within 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, I got
So-
about 1,800, so I would also
Yeah.
be in that range. Not a great, not a master, not a professional player, but good enough to kind of give you a little bit of a challenge. I mean, it's not like they're just rolling over for you.
Well, that's 1,800 is the level of player that we're looking for the world record event. That's kind of the
You're gonna play. How
the
many, you're gonna
average.
try to break this record?
Yes, so that's going to be 47 games blindfolded
When are you gonna do that?
simultaneously. This year.
Awesome.
I've been
Awesome.
building up to it for quite some time, so it's do or die. You know, just do it while I can, while I'm at it.
Well, you do have to. I was going to say you have to be a young guy, but George played many games well into his 80s. So I guess you don't have to be. Do you have an abnormal memory anyway? I mean, are you able to? I mean, remember everything?
I think generally how I go about life is in intuition. So
Intuition.
I don't like
Interesting.
to. It's interesting because a lot of people would probably think that I overanalyze at times, but try to make the best decision possible. That's what chess players' advantage and disadvantage at life. A lot of smart people's advantage and disadvantage at life.
There's a good intuition and ability.
They have
to
a
trust
strong
it.
mind, but then
Yeah.
they just overthink it. you
Yeah.
know?
Dr. Rissman, did you note an unusual memory capacity in Timur?
Well, that's a great question. That was one of the first things that we were interested in exploring, whether his abilities and memory that he clearly has for chess games would also be seen in other domains. And so we gave him a number of different memory tasks. We had him memorize sequences of digits, of letters. We had him look at pictures and then make decisions later whether he recognized them. And the pictures that he saw in the tests were sometimes very similar to ones he had studied, but not exactly the same. So it's a test of the precision of his visual memory. And on all of these tests, he did at least average and many above average, but on none of them was he off the charts exceptional. So it does appear,
interesting?
I mean, he has a very good memory, and in many of the tests he was well above average, but it wasn't the case that he was doing the best that we've ever seen on these other non-chess memory tasks. I think it's very specific to chess, or at least visual imagery, the ability to pull up these chessboards and visualize them, and we're interested in our future studies exploring his mental imagery more.
I certainly, with grandmaster, with highly accomplished chess players, I think they have a visual understanding of the board. They can see the board. Almost all of them could play at least 1 or 2 games without looking at the board because they can see it. And you know, you play tens of thousands of games. Pretty soon, this is something burnt into your brain. But Timur told me something kind of interesting. You don't actually see 35 or 40 boards floating in front of you. When you get to the board, you said you just kind of intuit the position. It comes to you. Can you describe what that looks like to you?
It's fascinating that a lot of the grandmasters, which is kind of like your black belt level in chess, it's just there's mathematicians, there's artists, there's there's performance like athletes, kind of like Kasparov.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just they got that strength, physical ability that just shines through. You know, so it's amazing. Like when it comes to blindfold chess, I think it's very similar that you have different ways to go about creating that experience in your mind. With blindfold chess, I guess it's more similar to how players will go about recreating the positions, and a lot of it is visual, and I feel like for me, it's a lot of it is sensory. Because if you
Sensory,
Yeah.
interesting. So
You
you
just-
feel the position almost.
I feel at times when I'm working on blindfold chess, it's a form of meditation because I focus
Really?
on it.
You're not struggling, working, laboring at this.
Yeah, if you, it does end up being such. Actually, the very tough part of blindfold chess is just figuring out that initial position.
Right.
Figuring out those initial moves and grouping them together.
When you get back to the board, what's going on, you mean?
That's kind of how it is with memory in general.
Yeah.
If you just try to memorize things that are not 100% relevant to what you're working on, what you're trying to be impressed by, it's very tough. You know, and similarly in blindfold chess, when the initial stage comes in, the first moves, they're pretty boring because I've played a thousand of games that just revolve around the first move. So you kind of go through it because you just know it all pretty much.
Right.
At times you want to reinvent something, which with 35 boards is probably wouldn't be smart.
You don't
just
do a
wanna-
lot of innovations over the board with openings. You pretty much stick with the analyzed line.
Depending for tomorrow, I have a system figured out where I'm gonna
Interesting. What do you
simplify
play?
things. I'll go through the opening moves that will give me the best results. Either something that I'm
Are you white on all 35 boards?
Yes, interestingly, George Koltanowski versus Alexander Alekhine, they had a different approach. George wanted to simplify, make things simple.
Yeah.
And
Alekhine wanted to complicate.
Alekhine
But he
wanted
was
to,
a great tactician.
he wanted to crush the opponent as soon as possible,
Yeah.
so that you know, he can move on
Yeah.
to the next game and then just focus on that. You know,
Yeah.
so just reduce the number of games as soon as possible.
Dr.
And that's- yeah.
Dr. Risman, this sounds a
Yes.
little bit like a flow. Is he in a flow state when he's playing?
It's hard to say, but I agree that there is something unique about the mental state and the concentration that it takes for him to move between these games. I think in my discussions with him, it became clear that if he was distracted, if he had to take a break and do something else for a while, it would be hard to
You get in a state.
to get back into it and to be able
Yeah.
to keep all of the game configuration straight in memory. We're very interested in how he's able to update each board when he makes his move and receives the opponent's move, and then sort of compartmentalize that knowledge, offload it into long-term memory until he needs to come back to it maybe several minutes later and shift to the next game. So we're designing a functional neuroimaging experiment where he'll be in the scanner playing several simultaneous blindfold games, not 30, maybe about 4, just to keep things simple. And then we're going to see what happens when he makes his move in each game, and then when he consolidates that in memory and then shifts to the next game, what's happening as he makes those shifts between game boards.
Does it look different in the fMRI when he's playing blindfolded versus when he's looking at the board? Is it different parts of the brain, or is it the same?
Well, we haven't done that particular
That'd
study.
be interesting, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure that.
Do you feel like it's different when
visual
you're playing
areas-
over the board versus blindfold?
It's you know, if you're just playing one game at a time, some of the strongest chess players in the world claim that seems true to me. They actually did statistics on it, where you know, blindfold chess is actually very similar to just playing chess over the board.
Yeah, because you're looking 20, 30 moves ahead sometimes. You're seeing a variety of positions as you're playing. You're not just looking at this position. So in a way, you're playing many games at the same time.
Yeah, the challenge, you might, your play over the board, blindfolded, at times will be even stronger than
Really?
while seeing the board, because I think you just let go and then you, I think you maintain greater level of focus.
Interesting.
It feels
You
refreshing.
have to get in that state. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah. What's your record so far?
My record up to this point is 33 games.
33 games.
Blindfolded, which I've actually played 3 years ago.
And
So-
you're here training because I know tomorrow you're going to do a training match and do 35 games tomorrow in Santa Clara, California. Is there a website people can go to if they want to know more and maybe come see and watch you play?
Yeah, it's blindfoldking.com.
Blindfold
And
King.
we're working on broadcasting the games.
Oh, really? Good. I'd love to watch it.
Yeah,
I'd
that'll
love
be
to
awesome.
watch it.
Yeah. Likely we're going to do that with Chess 24.
Okay.
We're going to make the...
Chess 24 is when you're going to play 50 games at the same time over a 24-hour period, so not all at once. Is that right?
That's the ultimate marathon that I'm going for.
And that would be a Guinness Book of World Record.
Yes, that will be, basically anything 47 games and above will be the world record, as long as I get to win more than 80% of the games.
I guess it wouldn't. I could lose 50 games. That would be easy. You gotta win a few of them.
Yeah, some players claim they set the world record playing 120 games.
Yeah, but you gotta win. And not against patzers like me. You gotta win against good players. This is really fascinating, Dr. Rissman. I'm sure it's a rare opportunity to kind of look into an unusual kind of cognition. Is it valuable, though, to learn? Do you learn something from this that you can expand to normal? I don't want to call you abnormal, Timur, but you are abnormal.
Call me alien.
That you can you extend this to some insights about normal cognition?
I certainly hope we will be able to do that. The initial analyses that we're focusing on are comparing Timur's brain to a database of other chess masters who have had their brains scanned. There's a publicly available data set where 29 masters or grandmasters have been scanned with structural and functional imaging, and then 29 people who are H-matched controls. So we're processing Timur's brain according to the exact same protocol, and we'll have a comparison of where he is relative to those individuals. We also hope that some of the insights about his memory retrieval abilities and the brain regions he's engaging as he makes his moves and shifts between games and memory will provide insights into the possibilities for human memory more broadly. There are many people who are able to use their memories to do incredible feats, and chess is one such example, but there are a lot of different mnemonic strategies that people can employ to improve their memories, and that's another thing that we've been studying in the lab, and we hope that there might be some generalization between what he's doing in chess and what other memory experts are able to achieve in their domains of expertise.
But you don't use a mnemonic, do you, for this?
That's fascinating, what you can do with memory anchors, where
you say, I'm walking down a street and on the left is a fire hydrant, and you put all the objects you're trying to memorize. You can't really do that with a game of chess.
Well, the fun part comes in when you closer towards the middle, and that's actually probably my strongest point. That's where
the middle game.
The middle game where things
it's
develop.
very crazy, and it doesn't look like anything you've ever seen before. It's a unique position.
Yeah, and I'm just trying
to
do it. Even I may at times, if I'm playing a player of beginner strength, and then I have an opportunity maybe to win a rook, a whole rook, okay? But then I have to trade queens. I may give up the opportunity for just a simple development move.
Interesting.
Just to bring one more piece into the game.
Why is
or
that?
I may be even satisfied with winning a pawn, because I know if I keep the queens on the board, then I'm
there's
gonna
more opportunities.
I'm gonna mate the guy.
Right.
Okay.
So that's how you play a simul differently than if you were playing in a tournament. Is you're looking for a sharp game where there's opportunities, as opposed to, well, I'm a piece up, I'm a pawn up, I can play to the end game. You don't want to play 100-move game, do you?
Well, on the other hand, if I'm playing somebody
strong,
your strength, then I'll be very objective. Then I'll go for the best solution, because then I know.
You don't go for cheap tricks, huh?
Yeah, I know that you can come back and get me. If I start getting too creative. But with the research that we did together with Dr. Rissman, I actually did a blindfold simul in the Coachella Valley a little while later, and it was Valentine's Day. So people say, well, everybody was curious. They heard about our project, and say, well, what did you guys find out? Okay, because we just did the initial stage just to examine the structure of my mind. And as a joke, I actually said, hey, well, it's like, the part of your brain that is responsible for playing blindfold chess.
Yeah.
It's the same part of your brain that is responsible for falling in love for the first time.
Is that true, Dr. Rissman? I don't think that's true.
I can't verify.
He will not take a stand on that. Blindfoldking.com. I wish you all the best. We'll be watching with great interest, not only tomorrow in Santa Clara, but in Prague this summer in August, when you attempt to not only break, but smash the record with 50 simultaneous games. That's remarkable. It's really nice to meet you, Timur.
Yeah,
thank you so much. And Dr. Rissman, thank you so much. Anything else? I'm in awe of Timur, but is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this work that you're doing? Is there somewhere else we could find out more about it?
Well, we're in the early stages of our work with Timur. He's the first chess master that we've had the privilege to work with. And I've gotten several of my graduate students very interested in this, and we've been reading articles and learning more about this. You can go to rissmanmemorylab.psych.ucla.edu to read more about
Excellent.
My research.
You do know that many great grandmasters have gone mad. I don't know if there's a relationship, but I think of Fischer, but I also think of Alekhine and others. And I don't know if there's a relationship or if it's just if you take any percentage of very smart people, they go crazy eventually. But I'd be very curious if there's anything going on
That's
there.
fascinating.
It's true, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paul Morphy ended up sitting in a bathtub surrounded by women's shoes. Alekhine tried to cross the border, and he said, I don't need a passport. I am Alekhine. I have a cat named Chess.
That's the thing about blindfold chess is the mystery why a lot of the grandmasters who would be capable of playing blindfold chess, they don't attempt it, even though it's fascinating. It's great for your health, as you could tell, because
you're in great shape.
Interviewed
Look at you.
Personally, yeah. It improves
do you
your
do meditation and yoga?
looks.
And,
yeah,
you're a good-looking fella. This guy's 47 years old.
Yeah.
Look how
I just shaved my beard. Yeah.
Dr. Rissman, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you, and good luck, Timur, in your next tournament.
Thank you, Dr. Rissman.
Oh, Grandmaster, so nice to meet you.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Wow. Now let's play a game.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll have more on the new screensavers right after this. That is so cool. Thank you, Dr. Rissman. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, that is so cool. I am so excited to meet you.
Yeah.
So, are you going to do a lot of matches preparatory to the Prague match, or are you just, what are you?
On average, probably 2 or 3 every month.
Just to keep training, is it? Or?
Yeah, as part of the training and sharing the idea.
Yeah, that's
Say
part of it too, isn't it?
In Europe, in the United States, just about every chess player would at least heard of me and my pursuit of blindfold chess.
Sure.
Whereas in Europe, probably not the case. So it would be just a little bit tougher.
And you still play regular tournaments, right? Or are you giving those up? Not so much. This is becoming the full
I've pretty much
focus.
given those up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more fun.
It's more fun. It's faster pace.
Yes.
You're playing just one
Tournament
game.
is grinding. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like poker, like you just sit there and you throw away hands for an hour.
Right.
You're not doing anything. But then you gotta watch and see if what the other players doing.
Right.
But most of the time, those are they're just a bunch of
How long do you think it'll take to play these 35 games tomorrow?
35.
You
it's
probably
gonna
get
take.
the first 10 are over almost instantly, right? 20 moves, right?
Well, that's the thing. Statistically, your average chess game will take more than 20 moves. You know? So probably the earliest I'll beat somebody would be between 15 and 20 move mark.
Right.
But then the thing is, some of those, I don't know what it is with blindfold chess, but those players just don't want to resign.
He's just gonna forget.
Yeah, they just don't want to resign.
Oh, that's terrible.
And at times they do get a gift, or maybe they have their friend next to them, and then yeah, exactly, and then they try to wear you down so that their friend gets the best shot or something.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah.
So you're right. That makes sense because people think because you're gonna forget that they're just gonna keep playing because you'll forget.
Yeah, they're just waiting for that little gift at the end. Maybe.
So do you blunder occasionally?
I do, considering there's quite a few games, especially against the more skillful kind of players.
Yeah. They don't let you get away with anything.
They'll have that little trick at the end, they'll think what you think you're thinking. That's where poker skills actually come in helpful at chess sometimes, is you can anticipate what your opponent would be thinking.
Right.
Blindfolded, if you can figure out that, that's when you can get them.
That's interesting. So, they just hang in there to the bitter end. Mm-hmm. So you think this will take 2 hours?
So the whole event will take between 12 or 15 hours. So I'm thinking probably about 12 or 13 hours. But the cool thing is,
how do you do that?
For me, that's super fun because I get to play very fast pace. Because from one game I go to the next one.
Nothing boring about it. No.
And at the same time, I'm spinning a bike.
What? Really?
Yeah, I'll be spinning a bike at the same time. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, that's actually
keep the blood going.
Yeah, big time. Actually, we're picking up a bike at the store yesterday, And the guy in charge, he was actually teaching some fitness class at the same time. He was like, yes, he gave me a free bouncy ball as a compliment, because he resonated with that idea automatically. Like, he's like, yes, that makes sense.
So you have a stationary bike over here, and in between games you'll get on it and
I'll jump on a bike. I don't know how long I will do.
just a little bit to keep from getting sluggish.
I'll probably do it for hours. 7 hours probably.
Do you drink tea the whole time?
I'll have that's a whole strategy of
Energy drinks and
not energy drinks. That's
No?
the bad idea.
no Red Bull.
Like energy drink,
Yeah.
but not in a conventional sense of the word. More like spirulina or wheatgrass. Like herbal teas are amazing.
Yeah.
Like fresh herbs. And then a fruit is a little overrated, I'd imagine, because it gives you that quick energy, but then it just takes it away from you just as quick, you know? And you're not doing anything physical, so I think the acid builds up in your system.
So this is, I mean, it really is training. This is like training for an athletic event as much as anything else. I mean, it's really training.
At times, blindfold chess is so tricky, so I feel like, hey, well, how do I improve my blindfold chess today? And when I'm not in the mood to exactly go and practice my techniques, I say, hey, I'm going to go and work out for a few hours.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, building endurance is big.
Yeah.
Oxygenating my brain, that's an easy way to improve your life for the better, and especially become a better competitive player.
That's awesome. So you play white. Do you always, maybe somebody's watching, we don't want to give them any strategic advantage. But do you play King's Gambit? Do you play sharper openings, or you don't play the Ruy Lopez? You're not slow.
Ruy Lopez, actually, that's my classic opening.
You like that?
If I'm playing with black, that's the most likely opening that
It's not very sharp,
I'll get. For white, if white playing Ruy Lopez, that's the opening that I would most likely be facing.
French defense or something that's a little more dynamic.
The dynamic option would be, for me personally, would be Sicilian.
Sicilian is black, yeah.
Yes.
But you don't play that.
I do play Sicilian.
Yeah.
I create variety. And the cool thing about blindfold chess...
So you won't play the same opening on every game.
I won't.
Actually, you don't want to, do you? You want them all to look different.
When I just started off, I felt like, hey, if I just play similar kind of thing, especially the one that I normally play, it ends up ends up being confusing.
So a different opening on every board almost.
You have to deviate at some point to create that variety.
Yeah.
And at times you may play some kind of a sidekick move.
Crazy move. Yeah.
Some like to
just make that distinctive.
But yeah, exactly, to make it distinctive in your mind.
Or this is the one where I put the G pawn on the...
Your opponent may try to confuse you. And then that'll be like, oh, what is it doing? And then like all of a sudden, you made that connection, board 17 trying to outsmart me there with that, crazy move. And then like, you got him right there.
That's easy, because now that's very distinctive.
Now
we're back to board 17.
You may forget all the rest.
Yeah, but you're never going to forget 17.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a tip if you're playing tomorrow, play boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
Closed position.
Closed position, grinding, no tactics.
That's the thing. With open positions, things open up, and that's when you can get the king quick, get to that magical F7 square.
That's right, yeah.
Stick the queen right there.
That weak square.
In closed positions, everything just starts piling up, and the process of maneuvering, which I excel at
you're good at that.
In my regular game, like maneuvering complex positions where I can play the opponent really well. In blindfold chess, all of a sudden it becomes confusing just because there's all this bugs, like trying to move around each other in your head. You're like, okay, would you like a draw?
Interesting. No, that makes sense though. Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. So you try to go to sharp tactical positions, unique sharp tactical positions. How exciting. Gosh, I'd love to watch that. Isn't this great? Man, it's exciting. That's what's fun about Fischer Random, because you have weird weak squares. You never know. There may be a pawn that's completely unprotected over in the corner here, It's so strange playing Fischer Random. I'm doing a lot of that 960 chess.
That's the greatest masterpiece Alekhine came up with. I could probably even recreate it right here real quick. I'll just do approximately. That's one of the sharpest games or sharpest ideas he came up with among his masterpieces. So let's put the king right about here.
So this is one thing that is really interesting with professional players, and I was watching it with the Go players as well, is that they can, when you finish a game, you very often will go through the game, and they remember they don't have to look at what they've written down. They remember every position. They remember every analysis that they made. I mean, this is in Timur's head, and it's because I think you do develop a skill for remembering positions. There's something about, you've spent so much time on the chessboard, you can see it. You really know it.
It's the pattern recognition. So, like, let's say if I'm showing this game.
Yeah, it's pattern recognition.
Which I actually should remember. Like, I should remember the exact. I don't know. A lot
you
of
don't need the moves. You just kind of know what happened.
But that's the thing. A lot of the chess players have different approaches.
Right.
Carlsen would oftentimes be asked, "Well, what is this?" They just show him the position.
Yeah.
And he'll say, "Oh, that's like." Korchnoi versus Geller, 1956, such and such city, and all that, which is fascinating. But here I just remember the pattern.
So Alekhine's white?
Alekhine is white. I just remember the idea. So as we spoke about this magical f7 square, the knight penetrates through,
Whoa.
and the knight comes in. Actually,
it's forking the queen and rook.
Yes,
but the king can just snap it off.
So the king picks up the knight.
Yeah.
Okay, and says, "Hey."
But there's a weakness there on d6, isn't there?
And then all of a sudden, white
or e6
goes ahead and
oh my
throws
God!
in the queen right there.
Snaps him off on e6.
And black thinking, well, there's here goes a free queen.
This is the king's march. He's going to go for a little trip, isn't he?
Yeah. So the king picks up the queen.
Then the knight checks on g5. Yeah.
Knight checks on g5.
Yeah. Now the king has to move up again to d5.
Yeah, but the thing is, the square is already taken care of.
Oh, he can't. That's me. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. He sacrificed a knight and a queen.
At times, that's kind of what happens.
That's
Your
beautiful,
own pieces
of that
are
weakness.
the black's own pieces are blocking off the king's retreat.
Yeah, that f7 weakness. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
How fun is that? So you're going to get a good night's sleep tonight. You're going to relax. You're going to go to the gym, have some tea, have a nice meal, not too heavy. Do you dream about chess after a simul?
I just remember I was taking we woke up early today, right around 5 a.m. So to do some exercise done. But then later I was like, hey, I'm gonna take a quick nap, which turned into a long nap. So
good.
So I don't remember. I just felt that one position that was in my mind. I woke up later. I was like, I don't know. I just felt like I was thinking about it for eternity, even though that position didn't really make much sense.
Interesting.
So I guess my mind just feels engaged.
On it,
yeah,
working on it.
My mind is adjusting all the little subtle refinements that I need to be able to pull off the feet tomorrow.
This is great too because it gets kids excited about chess. I think they can see somebody doing something amazing and they go, that looks like that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Timur.
Thank you, Leo.
Oh, you're great. I'm so excited. Yeah, he's not almost 50. What are you, 26?
Yeah.
27?
Just turned 28.
28.
3 or 4 days ago.
Young man. But he'll be playing. But Koltnowski was doing this into his 80s. I mean, it was really amazing to watch George. He probably couldn't tie his shoes, but he could play blindfold chess, It's amazing.
That's kind of where you get to understand that blindfold chess is helpful rather than detrimental.
Absolutely.
It keeps you engaged.
Absolutely. You found something you love to do.
Yes.
That's all you can ever hope for in life. Just find something you love. You did it.
And the
Good
cool
job.
thing, I get to combine it with a lot of other interesting things that I could do.
You see the world.
Like traveling,
Yeah, that's nice. Do you have a hobby?
Multiple hobbies, I would say. It's like a hobby for hobbies. Just learning new things.
Try different things,
Yeah, learning new things.
Yeah, that's nice. What? Skydiving?
Yeah.
Not a good hobby. 100 jumps? Wow.
Yeah.
You're very accomplished.
Yeah, it gives you. I feel like skydiving gives you that tremendous focus. One time I actually a little before the game I ran a marathon.
Wow.
So that felt great.
Wow.
It stimulates your brain.
Yeah.
Yoga is amazing.
Yep.
It's always good.
I did a spin class before this interview just so I could keep up with you.
Tai Chi. I'm
Tai
thinking
Chi.
that's one thing I could do when I travel to China.
Oh.
Yeah, I can. But you know the interesting thing, I got tired from doing Tai Chi, even though
I know, but
It's-
slow is hard, isn't it?
it's just the parts of your
Muscle
mind,
control.
the association. It's just your mind. It's just you're not used to, like, whenever you do something, you grab something. You know, you pick it up. You know, you adjust
Yeah,
it.
you're
You know,
not
open the
doing
door.
This.
Yeah, I hear you just like
Yeah.
working with the air. You know.
It's hard.
It's tough,
Yeah,
yeah, but I think
yeah.
it gives you appreciation of other things that are
Sure.
easy in life, where we try to go hard at it,
Right.
where it's easy, you know.
I keep coming back to flow. I think that you have to get in a special state to do this. And everything you do is about getting into that state
Yeah.
so that you can do this for 15 hours in this flow state and just because you can't get in the way. You have to let it happen. You can't start thinking. You have to let it happen, don't you? You can't try.
Well, the cool thing is about blindfold chess is I start playing it. That's what gets me in the flow.
Uh-huh.
At times I come in with the flow, but
Yeah.
most at 90% of
Playing.
the time, through
Slows
playing,
you down and
Yeah.
you focuses.
I'm actually even thinking of warming up my mind to the challenge, so that my mind is
neat.
already warmed up, like trying some kind of working on exercises to engage my mind.
But so you love doing it. It makes you feel good to do this. To
It's
play this
a-
blindfold.
It's a great way to gain focus, and I think it improves your health too.
Tournament chess is a stressful thing. Your heart's going pop, pop, pop.
It's the best. Blindfold chess is the best treatment for hangover.
I'll have to I wouldn't want to play with a hangover. Thank you. Thank you, guys. This is great. I am so thrilled to meet you. I'm so excited to find out how you do tomorrow and to watch and at blindfoldking.com. And we'll all be watching with great interest.
You mentioned the imbalanced ones and the balance and imbalance as far as great chess players. You know, but when you think of the other greats, there's on the other hand you have like the current world champion,
Magnus is like a solid head on his shoulders.
Anatoly Karpov, who's done world and balance.
Lasker was a great thinker, a brilliant man, and
He's still very active.
Yep, played into his 80s. Yep.
But they're both extremes.
There are extremes, yeah. But you think of Morphy and Fischer and Alekhine. You think of those guys that kind of, like you feel like they fried their brains. I don't think that's true. I think you take a subset of very smart, couple of hundred very smart guys, 1 or 2% is going to have mental illness. It's not uncommon. That's why. Yeah. So don't worry about it. You're not going crazy.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get the king mask. Let's get a shot of him with a king mask, and we could do it for the tease. So the tease will be something like, coming up, the blindfold king.
Or maybe we should both wear.
Both wear them?
blindfold.
All right, I'll wear mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
And then I'm gonna go have some potato chips and ruin my brain.
You might want to take out those
Earpieces? That's all
earpieces
right.
just
I
to
got it.
experience it. Just to experience
Oh,
it.
because
the
so
coolest.
have you done? You're gonna do the sensory deprivation tank, aren't you?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
You like it? You've done it.
The cool thing about this blindfold is you can open your eyes while it's closed.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I'll have to get one of these.
Ready?
I can keep this? All right, E4.
C5.
Ah!
You were talking about
D4.
this. Okay. C takes D.
Queen takes D.
Okay. Knight to F6.
Wait, start over. We want to get it on the
You're not recording?
Yeah.
We're still recording.
And maybe Jennifer can play the moves on the board.
Knight to F6. No, I can't. I'm not gonna play him blindfold. He's a freaking grandmaster.
I can't do that without it.
We'll do a couple.
NC3.
Here, I'll put them on.
NC3.
Yeah.
Those E5, E4, C5,
I'm just gonna move up a little bit. Here.
D4, E takes D, Queen takes D, NF6, NC3. Now I'm lost.
Okay.
Coming up,
Uh,
he's not looking. He's the blindfold king. What do you think he does? We'll find out. Did you record that?
First move.
What's that?
Now, I'm not playing a game against him. This is not
Play
fair.
a couple moves.
This guy,
Play a couple
this is a
moves.
grand match. I played a couple moves. NC3.
Leo, okay. So knight to c3 first move, right?
No. We're in
just
the middle of a
starting-
game.
Mark adjusted it all. Okay, so, okay. No, we got. Okay. Let's start from the beginning.
Start
right?
from the beginning?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
let's do it.
forgot already. All right, you start. You're white.
Geniuses never run out of good ideas. So, okay. E2.
But that's a good example, playing C5.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing in English because it's a little weird and a lot of players will be a little discombobulated, and that's
Yeah?
good. Yeah, and it's yeah, okay.
So I'll start off with D2 to D4.
D5.
Okay. C2 to C4.
Queen's Gambit.
Yep.
So now, because it's a simul, I'm gonna take. D takes C.
Okay. E2 to E4.
NF6.
Knight B1 to C3.
D6.
Okay. Knight G1 to F3.
G6.
Okay. Bishop C1 to G5.
Bishop to C7.
Okay. E4 to E5.
I have no idea what's happening now. But I did okay for 5 moves, right? That wasn't so bad, was it? Good game. I resign. Oh, that's the position. No, that was fun. That's fun. That's fun. You sank my battleship. Really cool.
That's how Blindfold Chess
I get a
originated.
headache
Yeah.
trying to remember the position, see?
At first.
It's like,
at first. That might happen at first. That's the challenge of Blindfold Chess
Yeah.
is that you get into it. You get in that flow state.
well, yeah, and I mean, I
Kinda like-
kind of know the position. I mean, and it's kind of a Queen's Gambit, and I'm kind of seeing it. But I am, okay, now where's my knight? Okay, where, you know, I've played, like I said, in school, I would play against my friend like that. But it's hard after a while, you know, but it's fun. You can do one game. One game's not hard. 35 games, that's hard. I don't know how you do 2 games. That's awesome. Timur, you're great. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. This is fun. So this airs tomorrow, and we'll check in. When is the? Well, you won't be done by the time
We're
we're.
gonna play it at the event.
Oh, good. Oh, good. That'll be great. Can we get them a clip, or they just take it off the stream, or?
We can, as soon as we have it edited, we can get it.
That'd be better, because then you could time it.
Actually, we can probably output you this whole thing if you want.
If you want, you can air it off the stream, but we're not like a TV channel, so we're kind of inconsistent in timing, so you don't want to know exactly when it's going to be. So we could just give you an MP4. You could just put it on.
Oh, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, then you can just take it with you. Yeah. Yeah. It was good. It was fun. It was a great interview. It's really
Yeah,
fun.
thank you, yeah.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure meeting you. Really great. Really great. 80% win rate, is that the requirement? You have to win 80%?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not just 80% of points, it's wins.
Wins.
So like if you make draws,
Draws
it's like
don't count.
as good as losing. Because then that's how a lot of those masters, they accomplish the result. They're just, hey,
Yeah, but I
draw,
think that's
draw.
right. You
Yeah.
should have to win. I agree. And you're not playing super strong players. I mean, you should, if you were playing over the board against those players, it'd be easy. So you should win.
Yeah, your card just fighting chess. I think whoever came up with that, that's actually.
Yeah, I think it's a good rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want draws. Draws are no fun.
Ha.
Good.
We brought you a t-shirt too.
Thank you. I will wear it. Thank you. I'll wear it tomorrow. You guys are great. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it.